Hello there and welcome to your Tuesday Thoughts Tarot video on YouTube. I hope you're all well. Today is Tuesday the 17th of September and here we are again. Another week has passed. I have done some more private readings for you and it was just wonderful to get the feedback, and I think this is the thing. Sometimes in a tarot I'll be talking for ages, even for an hour and a half, whatever it is I'm talking about the tarot. And one thing might hit home, you go, that's it, that's what I was waiting for. You didn't know what it was, but that's the thing that touched you. That's the thing that you can connect with. That's the thing that you can resonate with. So always in these readings, it might be a long reading. Sorry about that, I do blab on. But somewhere in that, you might have a gem, or you might go, that's the clarity I wanted. That's the one thing. That's the piece of information that is for me. Because obviously this is a general read, and so there are loads of people watching this or listening to this, and so you're all going to get different pieces at different times. So let's start. Let's see how we go. I do have some frankincense burning, and it's quite strong. It's making me choke a little. But I love frankincense, so particularly the resin. The resin is, but this is just an incense thing. But the resin is, to burn the resin is really, really nice. So let's start by blowing out the old energy. This is a general reading for your entertainment, we have to say. And I'm just going to see if we can get you a message for this week. Let's just really shuffle, because people think, oh, you might be shuffling if the same cards come up again, that type of thing. So we got to really shuffle and make sure that we can get you clarity on something. As I say, it's general and not specific. If you want personal readings, you have to get in touch with me for that. I'm doing this today. It's almost 12 o'clock, so I can still say good morning, which is making me happy. The morning flies by for me. I'm usually off today, not working, so that's why I do this for you. But the morning just flies by, and there isn't enough time in the day for everything that one might want to do. So we'll just begin. Oh, so we've got a couple jumping out there. Yeah, as I said, there's not really enough time to do everything that we want to. I've got some treatments booked in later on. I've got some more inquiries to sort out and preparation for my class on Sunday. So Sunday the 22nd at Yoga Rocks here in North London. I'm doing one of my spiritual awareness events. So you can come along to that. You can just send me an email. My contact details are below. Send me an email and join us at the yoga studio, where we sit and we go through some relaxation. We work on our chakras, just opening, closing, getting to know how to manage our energy, which I think for any spiritual work is really important. And this Sunday we're going to be doing a little bit of energy play, so how to sense energy, feel energy and another's energy, that type of thing. Maybe some things that you haven't done before, but just little exercises that are good fun. There may be time for a channel, and also we like to do the Power of 8, so Lynn McTaggart Power of 8 healing, which is an intention healing for the group who come. There is a healing and everybody benefits. The idea of this Power of 8 is it's not just the person receiving. So if you've got a condition or anything you want worked on, the whole group can send healing to that one person. But from the evidence-based research that she has been doing, Lynn McTaggart has done several times and continues to do, the person who receives the healing benefits, but also everyone in the group gains benefit as well from it. So that will be interesting as well. So I hope to see you. If you do want to come, you do need to get in touch with me now to book the appointment, to book the session, so I can keep an eye on numbers. But that one's falling out. Yeah, let me know if you want to join. It's always a lovely group of people who come together and are open and willing to have an experience, and they do. They have these incredible experiences, and it's so wonderful to witness, when they've had this, go off in a guided meditation or something and come back, and the experience that they've had, and the psychic connections and the connections within the group as well, people feeling the same things or getting similar bits of information. That's always wonderful, because it's group energy. And this is the thing as well, when you're with people, particularly spiritual work, it's not just your sort of contributing your bit, you are, but when people come together, there is a group energy that is created as well. And regular attention, regular participation makes this group energy stronger, and it becomes an actual thing, and it draws in a lot of healing energy as well. So let's see if we can get a couple more cards, and then I'll start your read. I hope you're all well. I hope life is treating you good. I know we have is it a full moon coming up, and we have is it eclipse season as well. Today's the 17th. It might even be today. Okay, let's get one more. Can we have one more for the group, please? And then we have some other decks here which I got out as well, some of my other decks, and we will use those as clarifiers. So anything that we need a little bit more information on, we can use that as well. Can we have one more, please? I'm kind of hearing that just start with the bottom of the deck. Okay, so bottom of the deck is Wheel of Fortune. Now, which is the right way around? Well, it doesn't really matter, because the Wheel of Fortune is a wheel, so it will turn. So let's talk about the Wheel of Fortune. Put that there. So the Wheel of Fortune means that, good things happen, and then time goes on, and then it's like buying a dress or buying something that you really like, and you really desire it, you've seen it, you want it, and then you eventually get the money to go and get it, and you go and buy it, and it's great, and you put it on and you feel wonderful. And then after a few wears, it doesn't feel the same. You still like putting it on, but it's not got that, oh my god, this is lovely, this new thing, da 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 da. And then eventually, maybe after a year or two, you're looking at it and going, yeah, I'm not sure I'm into it anymore or something. And then you get this desire to try something different. So it's kind of like that. So it's kind of like you have this up energy, you have this period of goodness. And then, as with life, the wheel turns. And so you might be feeling not so good. Things might be a bit, kind of level. So you've come up to this high and you're feeling great. And then you have to come down to this kind of plateau. And then all of a sudden, maybe something happens which, puts a spanner in the works. It can be a piece of equipment breaking, or a bill you hadn't expected, or, some devastation that happens that you weren't prepared for. It can be just, losing a bit of money or getting into debt because it's fortune. But there is a way out, and you can come up again. You can get that zest for life again. You can get that renewed vigor for life again and be right on the top. So it's showing you the cycles that occur in our life. And it's the Wheel of Fortune, because the wheel turns. So the cycles in life just keep coming and going. They say that even with the stock market, you can predict the cycles, and therefore you can predict business, you can predict money, you can predict for abundance. If you know the stock exchange and know the history, you can actually predict when the next cycle is due. I have a piece of information on that somewhere. Is it 2027? Something's going to happen again. It's going to go up again, something like that. I'll see if I can find that out. But she's here in the middle, and she's dressed in purple, and she's blindfolded. And so that shows that there is this introspection. That shows that she doesn't always see the way out or see what's coming. She can be blind to it. But there is this spiritual nature within her. Bear with me. So the spiritual nature within her, this purple, this crown area. But what it often points to, the Wheel of Fortune, is that it's time to take a risk on something. Time to take a gamble on something. So whatever you've been thinking of, and you don't know the outcome. So she's got the blindfold on here. You don't know if it's going to be really good. You don't know if it's just going to be mediocre, or you don't know if it's going to, put you in a bit of a desperate situation. But what you're prepared to do is take the risk on it. What you're prepared to do is see the challenge and step up to the challenge and think, okay, this is worth it. Maybe it's an investment. Maybe you think you put your money in, are you going to get your money back? If you're doing study or a course, if you do something, you put the money in, is it going to be worth it? Is it going to be worth all those hours of study? Are you going to be able to repay the loan? Are you going to be able to earn enough from it? So there's all these aspects of you're taking a risk on something, but you don't know the outcome. It's not being written. It's still kind of percolating in the field, as it were, the field of consciousness. So it's not being finalized yet, but you're getting this sense, this guidance, this spiritual guidance to move forward in this direction. So there's bravery that's needed, there's strength that's needed, that inner strength, there's that risk taking, maybe. Sometimes you just gotta throw caution to the wind. It's like asking someone out on a date. Sometimes you just gotta put yourself out there, to throw caution to the wind, take a risk, take a gamble, and then let's see what happens. That's the underlying energy. So that's the back of the deck. So the back of the deck is, and because it's Wheel of Fortune, we get this sense that something is going to bring us a reward. Something is going to bring the money. We don't quite know what, we don't quite know how, we don't know, in what sense we're going to receive it. But it's take that risk, take that gamble, because it's going to be worth it. Fortune, it's going to be worth it. So that's at the back of the energy. So that's, maybe you've been thinking of something and you go, oh, should I try that? Should I not try that? I'm not sure. This is kind of saying, maybe try it. So the first card that came out was Seven of Cups. You can see here he's sitting and he's looking out onto the water, and you can see the reflections on the water. So there's a level of self-reflection here, a level of, thinking about what you want in your life. And all of these clouds are his thoughts. And his thoughts are concerned with lots of different things. So there's the transformation, there's the home, there's spirit, there's money, there's success, there's does he stay, does he walk away? There's dragon energy, you have spiritual energy, higher vibrational energy. There's all these different levels of energy within his mind that he's thinking, he's ruminating over. But he's not taking action, he's just kicking back. And there can be that thing where you overthink, and then you've got too many choices, and it's difficult to pin down and take action on one. And so this is kind of saying, let's look at what we're daydreaming about. And it's good to daydream. It's good to have goals and get inspired and throw your kind of thoughts out there of what you would like to achieve. But then there needs to be some action. You can't just sit on the side here and just stare at the water and have these thoughts, because they'll prevent you from moving. If it's too many thoughts, they'll prevent you from moving. The cups are emotions. The cups are love. So there's an element of that emotional energy, that Piscean energy, and the Piscean energy is very dreamy. So we dream a lot, we daydream a lot, we dream incredible dreams at night. So there's that intensity with that water, that emotion, that dreamy wateriness, but a need for this person to do something a little bit more action orientated, because it can represent a choice. It also can represent illusion. So you're creating it all in your head. You've got all this, it's going to look like this, and it's going to be like that, and they're going to say that, and it's going to look like this, and well, that's not the reality. So you have to be careful of getting lost in the fantasy and not actually creating it in your real life, because you're so lost in the fantasy of it. So be careful about your thinking, be careful about how you spend your time and how much time you spend in these thoughts, in illusions, in too much choice. And what it says to us is we're going to have to pick one cup. We're going to have to pick one level. So he's decided then. He's got off the little, I don't know, what would you say, that plinth in a way, or log seat. Sorry if you can hear the children crying there. Are they downstairs or outside? I can't really tell. But they'll be fine. So he's got off the log seat, and he's got onto his horse, and he's got his cup with him, and he's marching forward. And this is a proclamation of love. This is a soulmate coming in. This is romantic. This is someone who wears their heart in their sleeve, someone who's possibly Piscean in nature as well. So it's like this watery sign has decided that's enough lying around and imagining how good it can get. let me put myself out there. Let me stride forward and offer this cup to someone. And he's coming in with that energy, that romance, that love, that soulmate, that, I want to invite someone to go on a date. I've got this cup of love. I need to go and find someone to give it to. So if you've been pondering and wondering about, getting back onto the dating scene, this seems to say, because, that could be the dating scene, swiping through lots of options, imagining all these different options with these different people, all these love possibilities. But unless you actually go out and bring your cup into the real world and offer it to somebody, nothing's going to happen. So this is very much the suitor coming in. So be prepared for someone to come into your life and offer you a cup of love, to suddenly spring forward, and someone who is able to connect emotionally, someone who has that sensitive side, someone who is prepared to go a little bit deeper than the surface level. So that is the energy of the Piscean. That is the energy of, they're very spiritual, they're very connected to creativity, to art, to beauty, to the land. They're coming in with that depth of connection that is possible, and that's what you get from the Piscean. Beautiful. So that's lovely. And the next card we have is the Seven of Pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles can be part-time work, side hustle, building some money on the side. You've created a certain amount of security, you've developed a certain amount here, but your eyes are over here. No, your eyes are the other way. Your eyes are here, so you're looking at what you created, but there is this element of one here. So you're thinking of starting something new. You're thinking of having something alongside the regular job, or do you completely start something new and leave the regular job? But you've grown all this corn, you've achieved a great amount, you've done a lot of work. This is all work as well, and money and receiving. It's got a little bunny going into the grass here, so it's like that fertile period for new ideas, new adventures. Let's see, how can it be connected to what we're reading so far? It might be that you're going to meet someone through work. It might be that this person, this romantic energy is coming in. Or maybe it's just saying you as a Piscean, you with your romantic nature, you with your sensitivity. You're in this quandary. You're wondering, what are you going to do with what you're building? You're building and you're creating and you're doing, and you have this other thing that you want to work on as well. How do you manage it? We would say it's fertile. There's room for growth. There's room for study. There's room for adding to your knowledge. There's room for adding to your business. There's room for adding a new dimension in some way to what you offer. So if you are thinking of bringing in this extra thing, or setting out to work on an added thing on the side, then this is kind of saying yes to that. This is part-time work or that side hustle. And then we have this Three of Swords. Now it is upside down. Personal reads, I don't really do upside downs, but I will for this. So this way, correct way, the Three of Swords is a broken heart. But when it's upside down, I would say that there's a block to healing it, because this heart needs healing. This heart needs support. This heart needs, you need to communicate with your heart. You need to drop down into your heart, communicate with your heart in order to receive the healing, in order to transform. You've got all these butterflies and they're all around the side of the window here. So there's transformation. And heartbreak isn't nice, but it's almost good in a way, because you develop and you grow from it. You learn something from it. So if you've just had sort of one experience, and you've not experienced the pains, the highs, the lows, the ups and downs, the wheel of fortune that runs, you're at the top, you're at the bottom. It was beautiful, it's romantic, it's working out. No, it's not very good anymore. I want out of it. So you've got all these levels, and they're experiences that can pierce your heart. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because you're a human here on the planet to learn and have experience. So all of it is building a strength in your heart, building a stronger heart. And upside down, I always say that these swords can simply slide out of this heart. So gravity can draw the swords down, so that establishes a full, solid heart again. So there may be a period of slowness to this healing. There may be a period of delay to this healing, or you may feel that you're holding on to this negativity. You're holding on to this pierced heart, bitterness that comes from that. Just be careful of that, because it's not only damaging the person you're bitter about because you have such negative energy towards them, but it's also poisoning your own heart. So there's a need to let go. There's a need to release these swords, release what cut you deep. Was the song, the first cut is the deepest? So release these swords that cut you, that were sharp, that hurt you, in order to heal your heart. Because if you're going into something new, you can't go into something new with that bitterness, with that sense of the old thing that didn't work. You can't go into that dragging that energy with you. You're going to have to do the healing first. And this is a problem. A lot of people go into relationships in particular who haven't healed their heart, and they end up having the same types of relationships again and again, or taking out on their new person something their old person had done to them. And that can happen even in friendships. If you have been heartbroken, you can then suddenly spill venom towards someone who it's just the essence of the pain that you had suffered in the past, but you're just throwing it at someone because not necessarily that person, not necessarily a romantic person, it can be anyone, it can be family, friends, whatever. You're just throwing it at them because the pain and the bitterness is still there. So just be wary of that. I think that's a warning as to how we approach going forward. Because if we are starting something new, if we are moving into this new adventure, this developing adventure, maybe we've had enough of the old work, or maybe there was a level of the old work that hurt us, that kept our hearts stuck, that we weren't love-centered in our work. There's no love here, and so do we set off in this new adventure where we can repair and we can go into heart-centered business? So that could possibly be the case. And then we have the Ace of Cups, because once you heal the heart, once you develop, you then are offered from God the cup of love. So this is a cup which is overflowing with love, overflowing with emotion. It is the ultimate offering of soulmate love, transformational love, and it is beautiful. This is true love coming in for you. So as that Knight of Cups moves forward with his one cup, he's decided he's not hanging around anymore. The stars are aligning. He's decided to set off on his horse to reach you, and here he is with the cup again. And this is God-given. This is coming from the clouds. So this is God-given. This is a spirit-led love. This is a higher love, a big relationship. It's a rebirth, a new beginning. It can be pregnancy, so just be aware of that rebirth energy. But certainly it is offering this cup of love. Bear with me. Sorry about that. Sometimes spirit makes my nose run. So let's see then what we go into after being offered this cup of love. What happens? Are we refusing to see it? Are we unable to look at what's happening around us? There is this element of this card saying refusing to see what's around you, blindfolding yourself. And we can see the new moon here. So after the full moon, there'll be a few days and then the new moon. So just be wary of, during this moon time, what you're thinking. So the swords are very much about the thoughts. Oh, and this could be, two of the swords. So you're getting, the swords are coming out, but are you still holding on to two of them? So we had three, but now you're holding on to two of them. So why are you holding on to two of them? Is there two paths? Is there two people that you're choosing between? Have you decided that she's holding it across her chest, so she's kind of blocking her heart in a sense. The swords are all about communication. There's so much blue here. Blue is the throat chakra, all about communication. So she's wanting to communicate, but she's covering her heart. So is she not communicating with her heart? Is she not letting her heart reach this person who's stepping forward? And there's a need to maybe do some introspection, maybe meditate on it and get some downloads from the heavens. So this can be downloads from the heavens. This is air, this is thoughts, this is thinking. The water isn't very calm, it's a bit choppy. So whatever this person is involved, this thinking, this choosing between two ways, could be two people, is just making her a little bit upset. So the waters are a little bit up and down. But there is a need to make this choice. There is a need to recognize two different directions. What else can I see here? Butterfly, again, there's a butterfly. So there is transformation. There's room for movement. There's room for growth. We would say take off that blindfold and look around you. Look at what needs looking at. Because the swords are, thoughts, intellect, intelligence, that mind, that communication. Don't block communication. So perhaps this person who comes in is going to be very chatty, is going to want to talk a lot. And you're maybe not used to that. They might have ideas. They might have opinions. And you might feel that your opinions are different. They might stand very strong and firm in their beliefs. How do you stand in your beliefs? They might be very much of the mind and less of the heart. So that might pull on your waters a little, pull in your emotions a little. And the moon also shows us, shines a light onto things. So suddenly we might be seeing the truth of things. It can be the sword of truth. So what are we seeing? The truth of this person. Two paths, two ways, two routes. But what we can say is when she has the bandage on, she's not looking at what's around her and taking that on board. She's not looking at maybe people who are trying to communicate with her. You can use it as a period of, okay, so if I have two pathways, how do I get clear on these two pathways? And that's meditate, close your eyes, meditate, go inward. But I'm going to take this as she's got people coming at her, she's got communication coming in, and she's kind of still blocking her heart, still refusing. And this could be to do with online dating. So you've got people sending messages, or even people just contacting you, emailing you, texting you. It doesn't have to be on a dating site. But are you refusing to see if the truth of what they are? Are you refusing to interact with that? To do the communication? Are you blocking communication? Are you keeping communication open? Communication is very important in relationships. Otherwise, it's pointless. And you have to be able to talk about everything. And I don't mean you need to tell people everything you've been through in life. But what I mean is you have to be able to speak to that person about everything that relationship is, needs, what it is for the two of you, how you feel about this, how I feel about this. Like there needs to be that openness, that open communication, and that can transform things. So it's lovely to have people who drag you out. Sometimes the Piscean can be quiet, so it's lovely to have someone drag you out, so you do speak, so you're encouraged to drop the band over her eyes. You're encouraged to use the swords to communicate, to express yourself. So expression is speaking, but it's also listening. So this is the two-way. I can speak my truth, but I also have to listen to your truth. I have to listen to what you're saying. So communication isn't just talking, it's listening. Interesting. And then we have the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords can be someone sneaking out the back, so sneaking out, trying to get away with something, not wanting to tell everybody anything. But they're carrying too much. They're carrying a lot of their ideas. It can be keeping something quiet. So perhaps you are having all of these communications, all of these emails, all of this stuff. And you can see he's quite jolly here. So he's a bit excited about this. He's quite happy. He's got all this stuff going on over the internet. you know. But in a way, is that the illusion? Is the illusion all of the communication? So we've got the 7 and the 7. Are you thinking that all of these messages is everything, all of these different elements that you want? You know, have you success in these elements? Well, not if you don't step out and do something about it. So this person is excited, but he's not showing the whole time. He's not telling everybody. So he's keeping it to himself. So is there someone who's using communication to take advantage of you, to not show you their full self? Is there someone who's taking something like your idea or your belief or your opinions, pretending that they're their own? Is there someone who is prepared to carry away, move away, take their focus away from you? So you think they're involved with you. You think that you have someone who is, you know, dedicated to you, but actually they spend a lot of their time elsewhere. They spend a lot of their thinking on other people. They spend a lot of their messaging to other people, but it's done on the quiet. So there's that element here with the 7 of Swords. And again, the 7 can be cutting, the 7 can be sharp, the 7 is communication. The swords are communication. Perhaps it's spirit-led. Perhaps spirit is downloading all of this information to you, and you're having to hold on to it, and you're not able to share it. So this can be it too. So we've got the eagle here, which tends to be like a spirit representation, and it's a purple flag, and it's in the sky with all the clouds. So it's the higher communication. So you can be getting all this information, you can be getting all this, the possibilities, the new ideas, new goals, new aspects that you want to integrate into your work, that you want to do, that you want to bring forward in some way, manifest in some way. You've got all these ideas. And this is a 7 as well. So we've got 3 7s, which is interesting. 777. Look up 777 as an angel number. But that's very interesting. So we've got the 7 of Cups, which is love. The 7 of Swords, which is that communication, that taking ideas, sneaking away with your ideas or downloads or inspirations. And the 7 of Pentacles, which is the work, the money, something on the side, something happening outside of your regular. So something's happening outside of your regular work, which, you know, you might have thought about, you might have dreamt about, you might have had all these ideas about. And now you're starting to create it. Now you're starting to make it grow. Now you're starting to get the licenses in order, the legal documents in order, the policies, the CPD or CET points, whatever all those points you need for your ongoing education. You're doing all of this thing in the background. You're doing it away from the eyes of everyone. So you're planning, perhaps you're planning something new. Oh, that's interesting. So let's look at it like that. So you have these goals and ideas that you want to achieve. You've decided that you are the Piscean, but you're not going to just sit around and think about it anymore. You're going to take action. You're going to move forward. And this is going to help heal your heart, because it's heart-centered now. We're not going in with the pain. We're actually, it's helping us heal, but it's going to help others heal. That's wonderful. And we have complete healing, complete rebirth. We're rebirthing ourselves, but we're allowing other people to feel that divine love, which is coming in, which is being offered. So this is success in this. We feel that we're unsure about how to go. We're unsure about how to express it in the world. We're unsure of these two paths that are opening up for us. There is this transformation. We're going into this period of communication, perhaps with the spirit world. Perhaps we're closed eyes because we're connected to spirit. Perhaps we're up-leveling our skills and we're meditating, we're downloading, we're sitting in spirit. We call it sitting in the power to receive. And that's going to help us. Because we are interested in this thing on the side here. It interests us. We can see where we are, but this also interests us. So it's about the pentacles are earth signs, so it's about grounding this energy. It's about bringing all of these ideas into reality, making it real and making it earn money, making it a business. But we're trying to get all the paperwork in order first. We're doing the red tape. We're gathering the information. So he's gathering up these swords, gathering this information. So there's a few different ways you can read cards. I wouldn't say no to the romantic thing. Certainly there does seem to be romantic energy coming in. And with this card in the romance element, just be wary of someone who is charismatic but can be doing something behind your back. That could be what that means. So just be wary of that person. And it could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So just be mindful of that energy as well, because there can be lots going on behind your back, behind the back, because he's running out the back of the tent that you're not aware of, and that someone might be doing to you. So you've already had your heart hurt, you're healing your heart, you're moving forward, but this is just notice what is going on around you. Maybe drop the blindfold if this is about a relationship. Drop the blindfold and see the truth of what this person is doing, because they might be up to something, and they're not bothered. They're not bothered about what they're doing. He's quite happy there. So that's an interesting couple of ways you can sway the read. Let's just go to the Healing with the Angels cards. So we've got those there, and see what the angelic energy says to us. Interesting read though. I'm relating to it certainly in some way. Oh God, quite a few dropped out. So we'll quickly go through these just to help them make sense to you. Hungry. Hope you're still with me. So the first one is retreat, and this tends to mean take some time out before the oak grows into the before the acorn grows into the oak. It starts little by little, takes a rest, and then it grows again, takes a rest, and then it grows again. And so there's periods of rest through where you want to go and what you want to achieve. And the angels are saying it's important to acknowledge that rest is important. Acknowledge that you might need to sit by the riverside. So you've got the little waterfall here in the river. You might want to get out in nature, go for a walk in nature, just to have a moment to yourself, a moment where you're not plugged into anything, a moment where you're just resting. That's why healing is so important. It makes you stop. You book that appointment, you book that 30 minutes, you have to stop. With distance healing, I ask for my client to lie down and receive. So it means that they have scheduled that 30 minutes in order to do that. So retreat is don't rush things. Know that there'll be moments of rest, moments of pause as you move through this. So even if it is a business thing, you won't just be like 0 to 100. There'll be 0 to 5, and then there'll be a little bit of integration, and then there'll be 5 to 10, and then there'll be a little bit more integration, and maybe a slight detour, and then you'll have to come back, and etc., etc. So nothing happens just straight away. You get an idea, you make a design, and it might be 2 months later before you get back to it. So know that that's okay. Periods of it's almost like a gestation, like a baby grows in the womb. So you've got these elements of growth that need to happen, and it's not just in your existence, in your physical reality. If you're creating, something is happening in the ether. So that has to transform and grow and has to be added to in order to bring something to fruition. With a relationship, it might mean that you are needing to go with the flow. So again, it might not be 0 to 100. You might meet someone and then you might not meet them for a little while, and that's okay, and then meet back up with them. So just go with the flow. Be calm. Don't try and rush things. Don't try and push things. Be okay at having a pause. Be okay at not seeing someone every single day or every 2 days or every single weekend, or, allow for pause in your life. That's what I'm taking from that. The next card up is manifestation, because you are in the process of manifestation. You are creating from the ether, as we said. Something is coming in, something is brewing, something is being born. that rebirth. So, you are in this period of receiving it. So trust that what you have put out there, whether in your mind, because minds and thoughts, in your mind you create your thought. So thought is a pocket of energy. It is not a nothing. You think, I'm thinking about red peppers. That's not a nothing. You've created a particle, a wave of thought, and it exists. So that's how we manifest. So it's that, at its most newborn phase, its first point, it's thought. Thought creates everything. So you're in this period of manifestation. So mind your thoughts as well. As with the swords, it's thought, thinking, ideas. So that's what's happening. You're in this process of manifesting. And you're working with your guardian angel. So bring in your guardian angel. And this is I did a little quick read for Instagram. It's almost like the inner child. She's not feeling brilliant. Maybe you haven't achieved everything you wanted to yet. Maybe you're looking at your life in sadness. Maybe you're having this viewpoint where, it's all gone wrong or it's not worked out because it's not happened immediately. But bring in your guardian angel to soothe your heart, to help you. You can ask them to help you in any which way. You can say, guardian angel, I command you to blah, blah, blah. And bring them in and get them to work with you. You might want to do meditations where you meet your guardian angel. You might want to connect more with your guardian angel. Pray to your guardian angel. Everyone has one. So you're not alone ever in a struggle. You have an angel with you. You have more. But let's just go with the card here, which is guardian angel. And the waters out there, they're a little choppy, but they're not too bad. And there's lots of flowers around her. And there's this need to look up as well. It's like that, she's covered her eyes. She's not willing to see. She's got her head in her hand. She's not willing to see. Her hat is down over her face. So the guardian angel is telling you to look up. Let's look at life. Let's look at what we've got. Let's not turn away from it. Let's not get bogged down in it. Let's not get lost in our own thinking, our own daydream, our own illusion. We can create unrest within ourselves with our thoughts. So the guardian angel is saying, come out of that, look up, look around you. You have this beautiful, beautiful scene that you can do so much with. And then we have support, because you have, as I said, you have lots more around you than simply the angel, but you have this support team in spirit, and they are looking down on you, and they are helping you manifest what it is you want. They're sending healing. You see them with their palms? So they're sending healing to you if you can receive it. If you are willing to receive healing from higher energies and entities, it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And it is what happens during our healing sessions when I transfer the healing to you. It's coming through me. It's not me. It's not my energy. It's coming through me to you. I am able to direct it to you. And that's what we do. We direct healing to where it's needed. So if you're feeling that you need an extra support, if you're feeling like you need a healing session, then they're saying that that's the support that you need. You need that little extra boost, that little extra, because it's an experience as well. Everyone who has healing with me has their own experience. I have an experience, but they have their own experience. And it changes you. It changes your life to have these things happen. It's wonderful. And these are loving, beautiful beings who are sending benevolent love and support to you. So you're not alone. You are supported. There is an energy of love coming from them to you. And they want you to know that. That's why this card is here. So the higher, of course, it's the angel deck, and the guardian angels, but certainly the higher beings also, the ascended masters, etc., want you to know that they are there to support you. And then we have balance. Maintain your balance, like the wheel of fortune we had at the start. You can be up, you can be down, you can be up, you can be down, you can be plateauing. Just try and keep a balance. Just try and keep a balance, not too high, not too low. Just, run along that middle line like Tai Chi. Don't get overexcited and don't get too down in the dumps. Bring balance to your life in some way. Maybe this product or this service or this business idea is going to help bring balance to someone else's life. It's a balancing effect. it's that retreat. It's growing and then it's pausing and growing and pausing. So it's that balance. It's not too much. Yeah, so it is like that circle of energy, that circle of chi. So when you're able to balance your internal energy, when you're able to understand your internal energy and recalibrate when you need to, when you feel you're going out of balance, and you can have that healing session to just bring you back in. It's very obvious to me now when I haven't, because I have to self-heal, I have to do my own healing to clear my energy a lot. And when I haven't done it, because I'm busy and super tired and just going to sleep, when I'm tired, instead of sitting and doing bringing in the healing and sending it through me. Although we do get healing when we offer healing as well, so we also get a little bit of healing when we do that. But there's a need to understand that when that rises, that goes, why am I feeling about, it's because I need to do my healing. I need to bring myself back into balance. Feeling a little bit, bring it back into balance. Cleanse your energy. It's like not just, a detox for your physical. You got to detox for your spiritual energy, your energy body. You got to detox that and clear the energy to bring it back into balance. And that's what this ball of chi is reminding me of. And as you manifest, as you create, you're creating these bowls of energy, these bowls of thought that you're able to bring down onto the earth and manifest into the physical in some way. Very interesting. And with relationship, make sure you have balance within a relationship. Make sure you are able to, if you're manifesting this new relationship, that it's equal give and take, that you're never the leader the whole time. Sometimes you're the leader, sometimes you're the follower. And the idea of the perfect relationship is that you have moments where someone is boss and then you're the boss. It's, it's never just somebody in that position of power over another. There needs to be that balance, that seesaw, that magic moment between you to bring the proper positive element to relationship. And again, your self-balance, your self-work, what it is that you need to make sure that you are able to be the best and bring the best forward, because you can only do that in a balanced situation. Sorry, they're doing that thing again with me where they're making me burp. It's energy in, air out. That's what they told me. So I'm going to go to the Egyptian deck now, because we're on 47 already, and let's just mix it up a little bit. So there's definitely a lot of interesting things there. I'm certainly getting a lot of information from that too. And sometimes you work on something and then you think it's lost forever, and you think, well, I haven't done that. I write a lot of stuff down, so I've got notebooks all over the place and journals all over the place, and so I've got all these ideas sometimes, and then nothing happens with that idea, and it can be months or even years later that something actually comes to fruition. So it's understanding that everything has its time as well. Oh, okay, they're all over the place, so let me go get them. Okay, so we have quite a few that jumped out just now. I'll just quickly go through them. Where's my book? Oh, where's my book? Oh, there. So I've got the book just in case. I might get a little bit of that, but what I'll do is I'll go through them quickly and we'll get an idea of them, and then if there's one I want to zone in on, I might read that from the book, okay? So the first one is Ra, which is my favourite. I acknowledge the sun every time I'm outside and I see the sun. Sun is beaming today in London. It's beautiful blue sky, and I connect with Ra, which is the sun god, but the energy of the sun, the yang energy, and it's his creative power. So this is the third eye as well. So this is seeing with your third eye, creating in the third eye, the spiritual seeing that you're doing, that you're creating, and you're creating it with the sun energy, the solar energy, helping you manifest by bringing in that fire energy. So perhaps it's been a bit too watery, you've had a lot of cups here, perhaps it's been a bit too in your mind. So we've got a lot of swords here, so the mind and the water, but it's not making it happen. So Ra is coming in to give you a burst of energy, to give you a burst of action. So he's saying step forward with your creative power, use your creative power. This is incredible power that you have access to, but you're not using it enough. You're getting to a degree, but you're not actually using it. So I think the energy of the sun wants to come in and help you and move forward. And it's wonderful to just, even when I'm waiting on the train in the morning and I'm standing there and the sun comes out, I'll just stand and let the sun absorb the sun and connect with the sun and Helios and the greater sun beyond that, and Metatron, etc., etc. So you're connecting with this energetic source. That's what's coming in. Next card we have is stars and timing. And what did I say? Sometimes things don't occur when you think they will. I had all these ideas, and maybe it's a month later, maybe it's a year later, maybe it's 3 years later, and I'm finally getting around to maybe doing something about it. So this is saying things have to be in the right timing. And also with astrology, with the star systems, that works too, in the sense that for something to come to fruition, the stars have to be placed at the right time. One of my books, let me go get it. Actually can't find it, which is, oh, that's it over there, hang on. I was thinking, where is it? Where did I put it? It's called Elijah Come Again. And this is gifted to me. I channel a spiritual group or a spiritual source of energy called Elijah. So hence the book. But it's very interesting because it talks about a lot of the things that it talks about is to do with the astrology, and how, for example, if I lived a previous life and I came in to be born on a previous life, that the astrology is set in some way on the moment of your birth, and that's how we do star charts, soul charts, etc. And then you pass at a particular point, and the astrology in the sky is set at a particular point in the moment that you pass. And there is something about coming back in, and often you have to wait till the astrology resembles that moment. I think it's the moment of passing, just the moment after that moment. So you kind of come back to that beginning again, and then go back in and get born. Does that make sense? So I think it's at the end point. So your leaving point, astrology, you come back in on the next round where it appears the same. And that can be 900 years, that can be 100 years, that can be whatever, depending on how it is. But it's like you have to wait till the astrology is at the right point, and then you come back in. So just for that card on timing, because it is showing us the stars. So perhaps there is a timing for this thing that you have. There is a particular astrological pattern that must happen to be the right time to bring this out to the world. So you're doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. You're preparing a lot. You've got ideas. You're ready to go. You've got the raw energy now behind you pushing you. So it seems like it might be time. So this might be saying now is the right time. Finally, we got to the right time because the astrology is right. Because what the stars are saying is that now they're ready to birth this new thing. See what I'm saying? So the next card is Tawert, and it's pregnancy and rebirth. So we had that about the gestation. We had that about something is brewing, something is growing, something is becoming more. It is developing into its thing, whatever that is. It could be a relationship. It could be a work thing. It could be a project, a product, a service, just something that interests you. Even if you're just doing a hobby, that suddenly you get more time to do it. You've got more fire in your belly. You want to bring it out to the world, maybe. So there's this rebirthing energy. There's this birthing of this thing into the world, this new thing. It's got all this green in there, so it's that heart-centered again. And we've got the sun here, the connection to the sun. So that vital energy is pushing this out, laboring this out, pushing so you can give birth to this new element. This is fantastic. Fantastic. And then we have the sacred ceremony. So there is a new door you're moving through. You are certainly deciding to go towards the light here, but to move through this doorway. And there are several doorways here, so it's going to take you a little bit of time to get to where you want to be at the end, but you're going in the right direction. There's ceremony here, so make it sacred. Certainly there might be different elements of sacredness that you're bringing to this product, relationship, whatever you're going to do. Sacred ceremony could be a wedding, because you often have to be under a roof to have your vows said. I think they say that, don't they? You can't get married outside, you need a covering over your head or something. So it could be that, but also it looks like you're just, which would be if you were getting married or getting into a serious relationship, you're moving in a new direction, you're moving into a new phase, that it's going to be very different. So you're moving towards the point of sacredness. You're bringing that sacred ceremony, which can be beautiful, to bring sacredness into a relationship. That's super, super beautiful. If you're able to elevate yourselves to that level, it's a very mind-blowing, whole different thing. So certainly you're moving in this new direction through these doorways into new life. Like we said, this rebirth. And it's sacred. It's sacred. We must remember it's sacred. And then we have Knum, and it is the Creator God. So yes, Creator God, you can see he's looking down on the people, and he is helping create the world, and he is helping and overseeing what wants to happen. It is a bit like our support here, looking at the little people on the earth, looking and playing with the little people. So how are you going to ask the divine energy to come in and to assist? How are you going to draw that fire energy? And this is like the bull, so like the Taurian. So you're making it real, you're making it physical. So whatever these ideas that you've been having, whatever this energy of thought and thinking and ideas and wanting to make something real in this real world, whether it's romance, whether it's work, whatever it is, you're starting to call on this creative energy to make it happen. And the Taurian wants to make it happen. Taurians are about financial stability. They're about even playing fields. They're about security, stability, foundation, nothing going a bit crazy, that balance, that calm, indulgent and sensual, but very much level. And then we have the Syrian star blessings. So again, we went to the solar, we went to the astrology, we went to the stars. So you are being blessed by star beings. So this is a higher calling. This is a higher consciousness. There's galactic energy coming in to support you. And look at that friendly face. How wonderful. And he's coming with this big heart energy here, but it is the yellow of the sun. And within it is this being. So that soul in you is finally going to be set free. You've got the sun rays here, so that Ra energy, that sun energy, this I was hearing polarizing, but it's not polarizing. What's the word I'm looking for? Pulsating energy. This powerful energy is behind you in whatever you're going to do. Let's go to one Archangel Michael, and then I might do another couple of little ones. We're almost at an hour. My goodness. Thank you for bearing with me if you're still here. To Michael or Michael. Oh, it's too many. Why is there so many dropping out today? I don't know. Hang on. Sorry about that. So let's see what Michael has to say. Michael, can we not throw them all over the floor? Okay. Oh dear. Yeah, as I said, thanks for staying with me if you're still here. Okay, good. Well, this is one I love. Your home is protected by angels. So angels are overseeing your home, protecting your home and keeping you safe while you work on this, while you are doing whatever you're doing. Know that you are protected, that they are overseeing you. They are making sure you're safe, and that you do have a home, that you do have a base, that they're going to make sure that you're able to pay your rent, pay your mortgage. That's what they're saying. So call in Archangel Michael if you ever have financial concerns, if you think you can't make something happen because of whatever else is in your life that needs attention. Call in Archangel Michael and he will help come in and help make it possible for things to even out and maintain that balance. This could also be a sign of a new home. So often as we transition through our life in our many phases, in our many ways, we live at different locations. So this is saying something about your home is protected, that you will always have a home, that no one will take that from you. There will always be the possibility of home for you. That's what I'm getting as well. So they might be bringing you a house in some way. Good to know. Can we have one more, Michael? Thank you. Oh, couple more. Okay, so he's saying you and your loved ones are safe, which again is wonderful to hear. So while we manifest, you can see this person is playing away with the stars and the energy, etc. And they've got the sword in, so down to one sword. So we're going forward with this one idea. But it's saying that you and your loved ones are safe, you're protected. So while you traverse this new world, this new energy, you're loved and you're protected. So everything is safe. That's wonderful. Between our home and the people in it, we're all good. And the last card is be gentle with yourself. It says, Archangel Michael, please guide me in treating myself with gentle, nurturing love in everything I think, speak and do. Help me know that I deserve this compassion and release any feelings of guilt to you so that I may experience lasting inner peace. So again, softly, softly like the lamb. Go through it. Be gentle with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Often I can look back on my notes and go, oh, there's that thing that I wanted to do, I still haven't done. There's that thing I wanted to do, I still haven't done. And then I just go, oh, why have you not done that? And why are you not able to do that? And why have you not had the situation where it was easy for you just to do this course and that course and that course? And sometimes other things take priority, but it's be gentle with yourself. It's okay. It's okay. Because the stars are aligning for something right now. I love the stars aligning. There is one more deck. Where is it? Hang on. Okay, we're over the hour now. I use these cards sometimes for the Instagram read. I got these at the Lavender Path in Letterkenny. And they're lovely little cards. And they're very simplistic. You can read the book. But I sometimes just like reading the word and seeing, and I haven't been through all of them. So some similar cards come up again and again. So there's so many cards. It's nice when you get a brand new one. You go, oh, didn't know what that was in there. So can we have maybe a bit of information? New card would be lovely, but a bit of information for this read, just to bring it all together and remind us of the main point, the main energy. That'd be great. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna pick that one, and I'm gonna pick a tree because we're over the hour now anyway. And then I'm gonna pick another one. Okay, that's the 3. So I don't think we've had this before. Receiving. So you can see he is, I don't know if he's letting go of that bird or that bird is coming to him. And we've got butterflies, we've got 2 lilies on the water here. You see the 2 lilies on the water? And if I go to my retreat card, she has 2 lilies there on the water. How amazing is that? And he has 2 lilies there. Love it. It says, every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and trust my inner guidance. I think that bird is coming in, but it's opening your hands to receive. You look at again, the huge sun huge sun with the butterfly in there saying transform with the solar energy, transform with the power of the sun. So this could be to do with the eclipse. Is the eclipse the moon or the sun? I'm not sure. But this is certainly about the sun energy. This is certainly about the yang energy, moving out into the world and opening your hands to receive, moving out and receiving. So these are the ideas, these are the choices, the images, the creation that you've done in the higher realms, and it's coming to you. You just got to open up your hands to get it and feel that you can get it, feel that it's yours to get. These ideas were not meant to be lost. That's sometimes why I write things down, because otherwise I'll forget. So these ideas are not meant to be lost. They're meant to be made manifest on the plane of earth. And with that yang energy, it's time to go out and get it. It's time to do it. It's time to make it happen. The timing is right. It says the highest divine plan. So like we said with the book, the plan, the stars align and it's right time. Okay? Then we have faith. Have faith. Have faith and trust that all is coming to you. It says, miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive beyond anything I imagine. Wow. So it's time to kind of get used to receiving. It's time to think about receiving. It's time to put yourself in the receiving mode. Learn what that feels like. Learn what it is to say, yeah, now I'm going to take mine. You know, you might have been a giver your whole life, and now it's time for you to get yours. It's time to receive, but you have to open your palms to receive. You have to have faith that it's coming. You have to believe that it's coming. Believe it and it happens. And again, we have that lily appearing. Well, it's more of a flower, isn't it? Could be a lily. And we've got 2 hummingbirds, which are love. The hummingbirds are love symbols. So you might need to have faith that this romance is coming in as well. To receive this romance, to receive what Source wants you to have. This romantic, love-filled period in your life. These are the love charms coming in, the hummingbirds. Beautiful. And it's saying what you need always comes. Like I was saying, Archangel Michael said, you'll always have your home. You'll always be protected. He won't let anything happen to you or your loved ones. And you're about to get something really, really good. So everything's going to change. Everything is in the process of change. It is about to change for the better. Absolutely for the better. And it is coming in for you. This tiger, orange coat, that orange, that fire energy again. In the Chinese astrology, my sign is tiger. So this is reinforced for me as well. It says, when the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to the sacred crossroads in your own evolution, knowing that you are doing a certain amount, but knowing that spirit is also working with you. Like we saw, you have lots of people helping you, your guardian angel, your supporters. You have this creator gods working with you. You have the star beings working with you. It is not just you. And know to be grateful and thankful to them. So when it starts to come to pass and when it's really, really good, things get good, know to thank them, know to bring them with you. This is spirit work. So you are also a spirit being. And as you do this work, as you move forward, you're bringing the cosmos with you. And maybe it's change your thinking to see that. They say, how does it said? Kind of what you're chasing is actually chasing you. So you think you're running ahead for this thing, but there is this energy behind that's saying, Karen, turn around, come on, we're going to do this. We're ready, we're here. So that's massive change, which is always good. People always want things to get better. So change is things getting better. So let me do one more card and see if we can get one more final card from these little Lenormand. I always say that wrong. Okay, can we have one just to bring everything to a final place for our viewers? Something they can take home, something that might stick with them, something that just makes this make sense. But this is actually, God, it's kind of like my own personal read, so I hope it resonates with you as well. Oh, okay. So you might think this isn't good because it's clouds. And clouds can represent the tower in tarot, and tower is everything is crumbling to be rebuilt. But what happens is that it is just a signal of massive change, which we have been told. So this is reinforcing your life is going to change. This may cause a storm for some people. You may whip up a storm because suddenly things get really, really amazing. And, people can have a problem with that if you're doing well and you're successful in some way. Other people can have a problem, so that can be a bit of a storm. So be mindful of that. But also, when I had this for a client recently, and it was as the storm clears, sometimes you need a thunderstorm to come and just clear the energy. That electricity, that intensity, it just, feels terrible. And you've got this thunder and lightning and rain shower comes in and just washes through and clears. And there's just something about that after atmosphere. So yes, during change, it can be difficult. During change, things can get thrown up in the air. During change, it can ruffle others' feathers. But after that storm passes, it's new, it's fresh, it's washed clean, and it's better. It feels better. So there might be some difficulty. There might be a few things that need to change in your household with people around you. But storms come and go. And it is back to the Wheel of Fortune. It won't always be perfect. There will be moments when you're feeling a little bit like you're carrying the weight on your shoulders. But you can rise again. So know that this cycle will repeat. Storms come and go. But you can look at it like a storm in a teacup. It's not, don't get worried about it. It's just the momentum of change. It's almost like showing you, if you see a desert, I'm seeing now like a desert and a sandstorm in a desert as it runs through and it draws up all the sand, and it's just this clouded, and it moves the sand. So it changes the land, and all of a sudden dumps sand somewhere else. So suddenly the land is different. So you're left with different geography than you had. So that's what it does. It shifts things. So things are going to be different, and that can need a bit of settling into. And not everybody's going to want change. Not everybody wants to shake up their lives. Not everybody wants to have to face the wind and get kind of slapped in the face by leaves and during autumn, and not everybody wants that, but it's here. Change is here. So it is coming. And I don't know if you can see, but behind that, there's just a sunshine here, which is peering out. So remembering, and I love this when I fly. I'm in a plane and you fly through the clouds and then you're above the clouds and it's all beautiful blue and you can see the clouds below, but the sun is shining. So the sun is always shining, even though it may seem cloudy, even though it may seem dark and grey and dull, like nothing's moving, nothing's happening, the energy isn't quite right. Beyond that, you have the sun. Beyond that, you have the solar energy. Beyond that, you have Ra, the energy of the sun, that force of the sun, that solar light is always there in the midst of the storm. So draw on that for your energy, draw on that for your power, draw on that to give you the sustenance to move forward. Super, super interesting. Tell me what you're doing, because this is amazing. I've I'm thinking a few things that it might relate to me for, certainly one thing in particular. But yeah, super read. Very, very interesting, exciting, some lovely cards. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you stayed to the end, and if you did, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, and comment if it made any sense or if you think it resonates. It's always nice to get your feedback and just see if there's point in me doing these readings, because if it's not reaching you, the person it was meant for, then, you know, was there any point? So but I believe there is point. I believe there's point in putting this out, and in the hopes that it helps, and I enjoy it, and it brings me into that space of working with cards, with spirit, with channeling in some way, with offering what I can in this free way. So this is a way of getting you some free information, free card reading, and if you need anything else from me, there are ways to get in touch below. But thank you very much. 17th of September. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. Do get in touch with me if you need to, and I hope to see you again soon. Okay, take care. Bye bye.